So different ways we could secure our mobile devices. Again, like I said with the GPS slide, I said, hey, if you're not using that GPS or you don't want that on, see if you could disable that feature. And that goes for any other features that you see on your settings. Go in there, see if you're actually using them, and then if you're not using them, just turn them off, right? That way you're not having a the more features you leave open, the more features you are vulnerable to an attack. So if you're not using GPS on your device, but I'm a hacker that yeah, I specialize in looking at uh, the Google Maps to see exactly where you've been, then I can use that. But if I go ahead and shut that down as a user, then that takes away that vector. That takes away that avenue of me as a hacker getting into your information. So if you don't need that feature on your phone, go ahead and disable it. Now that goes into the second one, right? A lot of times when I say that, people think that I mean disable face unlock or fingerprint unlock. That doesn't mean that. You want to have those personal biometrics on, in my opinion. You at least need a pin, right? Even if you don't want to be quote unquote in the system because it takes a outline of your face in order for you to unlock your phone, you at least need a 4 digit to 6 digit pin, maybe an 8 digit pin in order to open your phone. Because if you lose that, and you don't have a pin or you don't have those features to actually open your phone, then someone can actually have access to everything, right? And then there's no saving it after that. But at least if we have a fingerprint or if a face recognition or a pin, then we're able to say, hey, okay, at least they shouldn't be able to get into my phone. Um, they shouldn't be able to get into my phone just because I have these things lined up, right? So when I say disable features that you don't use, I don't really mean the facial and the facial recognition as well as the fingerprint um, unlocks. Also, when we're upgrading a phone, going into our last section right here, and you're upgrading a phone, it's very important to set it back to factory settings. Go ahead and erase all of those features, that data that you put in there. Erase all of those things. Just because you don't know if you're going to sell that phone, you don't know if you're going to use it again. But just from a security standpoint, you want to reset all of those things back to a factory setting. Now, when it comes to Apple is very stickler to signing you into iCloud in the beginning. So you're probably already locked into iCloud. And in order to sell that phone, when you reset it back to factory settings, you need to know that password in order to unlock that phone to set it back to factory settings so someone else could actually get it. So just keep those things in mind. I know iCloud is very is very cumbersome to actually remember those passwords and then get a new phone and set it all up. But it's actually, if you could keep up with those passwords, it's very seamless in order to go from uh, device to device. Okay. But setting it back to factory settings is always, wiping that data is always something that I would suggest.